I don't want to hear about how people are talking about me. You know what? Actually, scratch that. I don't care if people are talking about me because I no longer work there. Hey, it's Kay. Welcome back to another YouTube video. So, if you can already tell, this is going to be a different type of video. It's going to be a talking video because I got some things that I want to get off my chest. So, this is going to be the first episode of this little segment that I'm going to have on my channel called Let's Talk About It. Yes, I got myself a mic. My uncle actually gave it to me along with a backdrop and everything. He continues to support my channel. He continues to give me like advice on what I should do, gives me the equipment, and I'm so thankful. So thank you, Uncle Morris, for the new microphone, and hopefully it sounds good. I'm probably gonna have to like play around with it a little bit. I know this is gonna be like, my first video on this, so I'm gonna have to play around with the settings a little bit on it, but I did just want to go ahead and use it because I'm so excited and I got some stuff to say. I got some stuff to get off my chest. So let's go ahead and get into this video. Now, I got my notes on my phone because I want to make sure I have what I want to say right. So let's go ahead and get started with it. All right, so this episode is going to be about stress. And yes, if you could tell from the title, I did quit my job. Now, let's talk about it. Obviously, I'm not going to be saying any names or the name of my former job, but it's still going to be a problem whichever way I go because I do still have some of my coworkers that are close to these managers that I'm going to be talking about on social media. I'm going to get this off of my chest because this is my story. This is what I had to go through. So I've been working at this job for at least 4 years. It actually hit 4 years this month. And it was great at first. Like I had my ups and downs with the job, obviously. That's what, it's normal. You have ups and downs with jobs. But nearing the end of my time, I say probably like the last year, I've been going through so much stuff with this job and the managers don't seem to care. Now, they sit here and they say, oh, like, we're a family. If you ever need anything, shout out to me. If you see like a job say, hey, we're a family, that should be a red flag. Boom, right there. But they're like, we're a family. You can always reach out to me if there's anything that anybody's doing to you, if there's anything any other time, whatever, we'll always have your back, Kayla. We always got you. Yeah. I needed you. I needed you guys for a lot, and it seemed to me like whatever I did was a problem. Whatever I did was wrong, and if I ever did speak out about things, it was an issue. And, well, you could be like, well, Kayla, you're just supposed to come to work and do your job and then go home because you're making money at the end of the day. Yeah. It's easy for some people. But for a constant stress of my job, which shouldn't have been that stressful, a constant stress that I had people breathing down my neck, stressing me out, forcing me to like be good. Like, not them forcing me to be good, me forcing myself to be good so I wouldn't have to deal with them breathing down my neck. Being at this job for 4 years, saying that I'm not doing my job correctly. Because they did come up to my face multiple times and say, you don't know how to do this right. You don't know how to do this right. You don't know how to do this. But then at the same time, give me backhanded compliments. Oh, I don't know what is in your food today, Kayla. What did you eat for lunch? Because you're killing it today. So I'm not killing it every other day. Stuff like that. Stuff like that was just one thing about it. Cool. That's one section. Whatever. Another section. I was a lead at my job. Now, I wasn't a manager, but I was, next up to manager. So it was like everyone else, me, managers, big guy. I'm supposed to be lead of my people who I, work with, me. That's me. I'm the lead where I was. And I was supposed to start doing the schedules. Now, when one of my managers went on maternity leave, I was doing the schedules perfectly fine. Cool. Good for me. I got a raise to do that, you know? That was my job. I was, leading the people that I needed to lead, and then I went and I did the schedules. Well, after she came back from maternity leave, it was an issue with scheduling. And I was fine, like she said, well, make sure you go through me. Let me approve it before you do it. I was perfectly fine with that. You my boss. You go ahead, girl. You do what you need to do. It was an issue though. After a while, like I say about after like 2 months of me doing the schedule, she didn't really like it. She kind of just wanted to take, control of it over it again. And I understand that. I really did understand that, and I really did, get it that needed to be done. Cool, whatever, if you wanted to. But after having 2 conversations with me, telling me that you didn't care about doing the schedule, telling me that, oh, it's light work, it's easy work for me, I could just go ahead and do it, get it done quick. So can I. I got a raise to do this position, and you're not allowing me to do it? Okay. And it was just the simple fact that we talked about it. So then, like, whenever I tried to go to do the schedule, it was already done because she did it. Because we usually do the schedule at a week. 1 week, boom, 1 week, boom. Because we did the schedule every Tuesday. She started doing the schedule by 2 weeks. So she really kind of guaranteed that I didn't look at the schedule. Okay, pettiness, boom, right there. That was another thing. And yeah, it's just like, little things that build up, Let's get into what really led up to me quitting my job that I've had for 4 years. I started getting harassed at work. And I let the managers know. They kind of just laughed it off. Okay, y'all can laugh it off, Whatever, fine, haha. Haha, okay, let's get harassed, haha. Basically, short thing short, I was getting harassed at my job. My managers didn't care. I was getting fake messages left and right. Then they started trying to hook me up with people that I didn't want to get hooked up with. It was crazy. And it got to a point where I ended up having a conversation. I had at least 3 to 4 conversations with my managers to let them know that I'm continuously getting harassed. And they just kept saying, there's nothing we can do about it. Cool. That's fine. I understand it. It's fake messages, people texting off of fake numbers. I understand you can't do nothing about it. But, like, some type of meeting could be held. Something. Because I'm getting threatened. I was getting threatened in those messages. But they needed me. They kept telling me, Kayla, we need you. Kayla, we need you. But sit there and talk to me like I'm a piece of crap. So that's what built up my stress. Knowing that I had to go to work to A, get screamed at by customers, B, get harassed at work or after work, and C, to deal with the managers that were being petty, that just kept saying I wasn't doing my job correctly. Why? Why would I stay for so long to deal with that? And after, like, I quit, this phrase popped into my head. I've never heard someone say this phrase before. I don't know. But what popped into my head was, comfortability is a killer. Comfortability is a killer. And it is, because I stayed in a toxic workplace for 4 years just because I was comfortable. Just because I knew the people that I was working with. Just because I knew these managers that I've been working with. I knew how they worked in their mind. I knew everything about them. So, like, things that made them upset, things that made them happy, things that pissed them off. I knew it. So I was like, you know what, I could play to this advantage, or I can make sure I don't do this so I'm not, Why stay at a job that hurts you, that messes you up mentally? There was days that I stood up at my place where I needed to be standing to work, shaking when I got stressed. That's not normal. And I wasn't like making myself shake. It was when it got too busy, it got too much, I started shaking like crazy. And I was like, and I had to calm myself down. I had to keep walking away to calm myself down. Every time I walked away, though, it was a problem. It was a problem. And I felt like everything I did in their eyes was a problem. I can work, problem. I can have a problem with something. Oh, hey, you're the problem first. You know, like, it's not worth it. Not to mention, me finding out a lot of the fake messages was from people that I was actually cool with. So the ones that I was getting threatened and everything, those were the people that I worked with. Those were the people that I was cool with at work. Like, does that make any sense to you? I can be told that I'm being like, oh, Kayla, I look up to you. Why would I say that to you? Why would I do that? But then still do it. When I tell you the people at that job was weird, the managers, the atmosphere was so weird. But the first 3 years I was working there, I was perfectly fine. But then I guess it was just like the new lump of people that ended up coming there, and it wasn't right. But I'm thankful. I am thankful for everything. I'm thankful for everything that I was put through at that job. Because guess what? It made me who I am today. It did. It pushed me to finally do what I want to do. And it is this. It's here. Me sitting talking to you. This is what I want to do with my life. And me quitting my job was what needed to be done. Because God puts you through situations. He puts you through tests. So he can see where you at in life. So he can see, well, let me see how she's doing here. Let me see what she does with this. And if you keep passing his test, he'll put you right on the path of where you need to be. I'm telling you. Like, you don't understand me. You don't understand me, bro. Stress is not fun. Especially, like, yeah, a lot of people are like, I'm so stressed right now. No. I'm talking about the stress that messes with your mental. I'm talking about the stress that messes with your body, that hurts your chest. I was having chest pains. I felt like I was having a heart attack every day I was at work. Not because I'm trying to be dramatic, and I'm telling you, I'm not being dramatic. It's literally the fact that I was so stressed it was hurting me. It was making me ill. It was making me sick. Not to mention, every time I was sick, it was an issue. There was a time where I was sick every week with something new. And it got to the point where the manager started to blame me. Like, Kayla, why are you so sick? Why are you always dealing with something? You can't call out, da-da-da-da. I wasn't calling out like crazy. I would call out like once and be like, hey, I'm not feeling well with this. Or I'll come to work and they'll know that I'm not feeling well. But it'll still be an issue. Let me tell you my last moments at that job. Because me getting closer to God was the best thing that I have ever, like, I've ever done. It's the best thing I've ever done. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you how that equates to my last moments at that job. I was sitting there, right? One of the managers told me to clock out so I can wait to start my break or something like that. Which they knew how I started my break was I started my break the same every single time. But that day, she gave me her card and said, you need to clock out. And was just kind of like, you need to clock out. Like, go ahead. You can wait for your food and da-da-da. And I was like, you know what? I'll clock out. And as me getting up to walk out the doors, I stopped. And this rush came over my body, this feeling. It was just like wind. It was weird. It was like my whole body just went cold, like floaty, cold. It's weird. I can't explain it. Went weird for a second. And I was like, okay. And I just stopped. And I heard the words, mind you, not from my own head, not me talking in my head. It was like it was in my ear. I heard the words, don't come back here. Y'all. I was like, what? Like, what? I heard the words, don't come back here. Because mind you, this wasn't supposed to be my last day. I still had 2 months. And then I gave them my 2 weeks. I still had 2 weeks. Then, after those fake messages, I still had another day. That moment, like, I literally almost started to cry. Then I kind of, like, just shook myself out of it. And then I went to go get my food. And then I went to go on break. And it was weird. It was really, really weird. And I made a Be Real. And it said, walking out of my shift, mid-shift, question mark, like walking out or something like that, not coming back. Something like that. And somebody showed the owner. And he pulled me aside after my break happened. He pulled me aside and he was like, what do you want to do, Kayla? I said, I want to leave. Mind you, I'm not that type of person. I'm the type of person that finished out my shift. I'm the type of person. The reason why I gave them 2 months was because I wanted to make sure everybody was trained, everyone was good before I left. And I said, I want to leave. Because I want to do something for myself now. Y'all done put me through so much. He kept telling me, oh, Kayla, you can come back all you want. I don't need it. He said, I'll give you a recommendation if you need it for your next job. I won't need it. There's not going to be a next job. Because guess what? I got YouTube. This is going to be my full job. This is going to be my full-time job. This is going to be me working hard to get to where I need to be. I needed to quit this job. I needed to leave this job to focus. I needed to quit this job. Because, you have to shake certain things for things to come to you. You have to shake the old so the new can come. I had to shake the job so my YouTube can prosper. Now, yes, I get it. Kayla, you're at 300 subscribers and you quit your job? That's insane. How are you going to make money? I don't know. And you're probably looking at me like I'm insane. You're probably looking at me like I'm crazy. Because that's what my mom is doing. My mom is just not happy that I'm not having a job and I'm only focusing on YouTube. But God. That's all I gotta say. It's God. God told me to quit. God gave me that Holy Spirit to walk out of my job and not come back. God did that. God is telling me not to get another job. God is telling me to focus on what I need to do to get to where I need to be. And this is what I need to do to get to where I need to be. You gotta have faith. You gotta be patient. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm having faith. I'm being patient. I'm reading my Bible every single day as I need to be. I'll stop listening to secular music. I'm listening to gospel, Christian, all that. I am trying to prosper, especially outside of that job, because my stress levels are literally minimal. I was talking to a therapist because of my job. I was having so much anger in my body, in my soul, because of this job. I continue to try to become a better person. And yeah, I dealt with racists at that job. I dealt with harassment. I dealt with so much. I dealt with getting yelled at for literally doing what I need to be doing. And all that molded me to where I am today. So we're going to end this video out with a Bible quote. Now bear with me because I cannot read out loud. I suck at it, so y'all gonna have to bear with me. It says, wait for the Lord. Be strong and let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord. Psalm 27:14. Wait for the Lord. He will guide you. He will guide you out of it. And I'm not trying to turn this into a Bible study, but God is what got me out of my toxic environment. And I want you to think, am I sitting in this toxic work environment because I'm comfortable? Because you gotta remember, there are jobs out there for everybody. It might be hard to get jobs right now, I get it, I understand. But you gotta try. And if you're trying already, try harder. And when I tell y'all, I understand. You probably well, Kayla, you're doing YouTube and da-da-da-da-da, blah, 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 blah. I understand that. I'm starting to work hard now. I'm posting 3 videos a week, which compares to my 1 video a week and stressing about work and stressing about, well, I can't record today because I have work, or, well, I can't record today on my days off because I'm exhausted from work. I don't got that no more. My stress is gone. My exhaustion is gone because I am done with that job. And I'm not telling everybody you gotta be a YouTuber or do social media. I'm telling people that they need to do what they want to do in life. And I hate to see people not doing what they want to do. You have a lifetime to live. Get out and do what you want to do. If you want to be a firefighter, be a firefighter. If you want to get out of wherever you're at right now and turn on your phone and become a YouTuber, then do it. Nothing's stopping you. Nothing is stopping you to get to where you want to be. There's always loopholes. There's always everything around it. If there's something blocking you, go around it. I am believing in all of you to do what you want to do with your life. Because now I'm taking my steps to do it. And I hope this video helps people do what they want to do with their life. It's not fair. It's not fair to you that you have to sit here and stay being harassed at work. It's not fair to you that you gotta stay because you making nickels and dimes, but if you go somewhere else, you probably won't like it and you have to go back to that job. It's not fair. It's not fair to you. At least start to do what you want to do on the side. At least. Just start to do it. Please start to do it, because I'm telling you right now, it feels so great. Mark my words. Y'all ain't seen me yet, and y'all going to. And I'm going to thrive, and it's all going to be by Jesus. So I hope everyone has a great rest of your day, night, whatever time you watching this, and I will see you in the next video. Oh yeah, hold up, whoa. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.